This week on Dr. Drew After Dark, I'm the straight gay.
You are.
You're the gay straight.
Yeah. Seriously, you're way gayer than me. She's like, how is she doing that? I'm like, I don't know. It just ate my penis. Some girls have big, fat, rock hard boners, and that's fucking awesome.
Welcome to Dr. Drew After Dark. Please be advised that Dr. Drew After Dark may contain sexually oriented content and be unsuitable for young children.
Hey, welcome everybody to Dr. Drew After Dark. We appreciate you being here. The phone number is 818-253-1693, and the email's coming in at drdrewafterdark@gmail.com. Thanks for supporting us. Thanks for supporting the show, and thanks for all the great questions. And keep them coming, guys. Anything, whatever's on your mind, and if there's topics you want or people you want interviewed, send them all to the email, drdrewafterdark@gmail.com. It is my privilege to welcome my guest today, the one and only, my dear friend, Jason Ellis. How are you, sir?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm good. You're not so great. I know that. So I'm not. I don't want to.
I'm fine. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Don't do that thing.
I'm not gonna. I'm fine. I'm not. I had a bad day. Like, no.
Yes.
I'm on. Life is good. My wife is super hot. And,
Yes.
And
She is.
does all kinds of weird stuff. Like if I'm like, hey, I was thinking about trying this new thing I seen. She's like, yeah, let's do it. And then I'm like, what about if this person joins? And she's like, hell yeah. So my life is awesome, dude.
She's been
I
like
got
that.
a car that does burnouts. I got an M3 stick, so I can do burnouts. I put it in super sport mode.
Yeah.
And I just chew tire around the suburbs, just like bye.
So it makes it
I
even
do.
harder when you have all these wonderful things going on in your life.
I have-
when you don't feel good.
I have weed. I have a
I thought you were off weed.
Nah, I'm super into weed.
You're back on it again?
Yeah,
Weren't you on it off for a while?
I don't remember that, but drinking is my problem. So, I mean, I'm sure they're all problems, but I feel like there's a certain amount of dipping into the party life that there's no coming back from.
Nah.
So I need to take the edge off until I die.
Are you still, guys, back to your wife? Do you guys still doing some of the cutting and that stuff? Or is
Nah.
that all stopped, right?
Yeah.
So when you go down that path, I feel like things get dark.
But you got you're overdoing it.
I'm worried about you. You're my friend. I don't overdo it. I just see where you go with that shit.
But I'm trying to. I feel like you think I'm crazier than I am.
No.
Yes. Have I cut my wife and myself and spat blood on each other when we bone? Yeah.
Who hasn't?
I mean, if you don't, that's fine. Don't.
You're uptight.
But don't come at me like we're, listening to 9 Inch Nails and hanging ourselves. Like
hooks.
we don't want to die. We're not looking to die. We're not looking to kill anyone. I'm not looking to find somebody in a dark alley, bring them back and drink their blood. Like, I'm not into that.
No, I know.
It was just, she's hot. She's covered in tattoos.
Yeah.
Try to understand it. She cuts my arm and starts sucking on the blood.
Yeah.
And then she spits it all over my chest and then all over my privates.
We got to draw the line somewhere, sir.
I don't know why I drew that line, but blood all over the private area, and she looks evil. And it's like, there is no devil. That's not real. She's just like evilly blowing me. And it's like,
With
hell
blood.
yeah. It's like, hell yeah. Have you ever poured a bottle of champagne over a person's head while they're blowing you?
I have not, but it sounds a little more fun than the
It's
blood.
like a party. It's like happening. Everything's happening.
I think we need to collude some of the shit like this on the live show, guys. If there's a live show coming up, this sounds like something that belongs on the live show.
I could teach people
Yeah.
because you could do it safely and unsafely.
But to be fair, the reason I bring it up is I have noticed when you start talking about that shit, you're just not yourself. You're going to a different zone.
Interesting.
Mood-wise, I've noticed.
Yeah.
And I remember I've called you. You were talking about once on Stern, and I called you because you worried me. I didn't know quite what I was hearing, but it didn't seem something wasn't right. I just knew it.
Yeah,
And
I
you
think
said,
back
yeah.
then I was still trying to figure things out, and I think I was definitely darker. I think every year I get a little bit more, the more I accept myself, because I really think that it stems from the being a homo I feel like the more I get that out, the more I'm happier with my existence day to day without any gratification. Because I think at one point it was like, numb yourself out or win something. And that way you'll never have to face it.
So let's go down that path a little bit. For a couple of things I want to talk about. One is people get confused about that part of your sexuality when it goes, wait, you're gay and you have a wife who's a woman? How's that work? Explain that to people.
I'll bone anybody. But
you've been identifying more and more lately with the gay part of yourself.
Yeah, it turns out I'm gayer than I thought.
Yeah. But you've never
my manliness was containing
getting in the way of it.
And then I opened the gay gate. And I thought maybe a couple of homos would fly out, but turns out there's a goddamn army in there of gay.
And so
they are ready for war.
Yeah, they're ready for action.
They are out there doing it.
But it doesn't make your attraction and your connection to your wife. I know you both well. I was at your wedding, and it doesn't change at all. That never changes. Which
we've had our ups and downs because of it, because I get too involved, or these days it's a healthier relationship with my partners. So male
partners
and female. I'm friends with them. I really like them or love them. Care about them.
And so does she get afraid that you're going to leave her for one of them?
I don't think she really in her heart believes that I would do that, but I think sometimes it gets too close. It's like if you're sharing your day with somebody else, that's like, hey, that's my thing, and because I'm not good with the lines, I'll go over the lines, but from continually annoying her and her pointing out the things that I do that annoy her, I'm much better now. I always do worry when people have these. It's dangerous. It's hard work.
It's dangerous, and you never know what's going to emerge feeling-wise, right? But mostly I worry that it diminishes the primary intimacy, just like what you're describing. Hey, that was my time. But somehow maybe it's her. Maybe she's able to fight it back and really make you pay attention. I don't know.
She does have to fight to get my attention because I'm just in my head all the time, trying to think of the next thing to do to make the show bigger. And
the Jason Ellis Show. Tell them about the podcast.
Yeah, just Jason.
Where do they
go? It's the Jason Ellis Show on all podcast things, and we have a Patreon as well. I think it's patreon.com/EllisMate. And then I do a show
Support
with
him.
Tony Hawk as well.
Patreon.com/EllisMate. You remember Jason from back on Faction? Was that you were on?
Yep.
On Sirius, and they just fucking pulled the rug out one day for no reason. I'm sure they regret it to this day.
I don't think they do, but I don't mind. I don't have no beef with those guys.
No, I know that.
I know I was on here bawling my eyes out, but
it pisses me off as a fan.
Fear,
Yeah,
I'm in it right now. I'm not doing anywhere near what I was doing. People are mad at me. I don't have as much money anymore. I had to let go of somebody because I couldn't afford to keep them. People hate me for that. People think I talk about sucking dicks too much.
You're talking about what you do on the podcast.
It's been stressful.
Who were they pissed at you letting go at the podcast?
Kevin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it sucks because he hates me too. I don't have if I keep you where
he hates you because you had to. Just
I can't afford the house I live in.
I understand.
I already moved into a cheaper one. Like shit ain't fucking glamorous, but it's like I said. It's still good, Drew.
I know.
Like it's still
amazing.
I flew here. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so back to your sexuality, I have been...
Hell yeah.
Yeah, no, but this is a different part of it.
Good.
Is that I have been furious, fucking angry at the way people treat you sometimes.
Yeah.
I'm because I get so angry, it sort of flips into confusion. Like, what the fuck? What is wrong with people?
That's where I'm at sometimes.
Tell them about what you experienced, because I haven't talked to you about this in a while. But last time I went to see your show and wherever we were in the fucking
yes,
and you mentioned it there, and I was sort of shocked. I'm like, still really?
Yeah, I was shocked. It just, from the things that I've done lately, the hardcore fans are extra mad at me. And I don't know if it's a thing just to say to kind of bum me out, but, has the show changed? Yeah, man, I'm 51. Like, I was, I've come out, I've done a lot of things that I didn't plan on doing, but I'm still being honest to myself.
Well, your comedy has now started to focus on
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
on being gay.
No,
think
I
it-
figured out the funny part of my stand-up right now is pointing out all the different things about a straight guy and a gay guy. Like that seems to be my best.
Well, the stuff
work.
you were doing was it 6 months ago?
Yeah.
That was fucking hysterical. And by the way, Katie was hysterical too.
Right.
Was she doing more?
No, that's it. One time, one and done.
She got up and did 3 minutes or something, 5 minutes.
Like 5, I think.
5 minutes, and her timing was
I know.
insane.
I
It was
didn't
like
get
you can't teach that.
I was like, how do you know how to do that when you don't?
You
got
got to make her do more. You got to make because we were both like kind of worried. Like she was like not even prepared, and I was like, what?
I do a show by myself with her, Awesome World, on Patreon, and she's always good at firing back. You know, like to the point where I take it for granted. I just think that that's another radio person that I met at Sirius.
Right.
No, that's
not your wife.
Yeah, that doesn't have a background in any of it. Yeah. But she's hot, and I always wanted to bone her because she was hot. But when we were texting, because I was still in the middle of a divorce, so she wouldn't see me. And every time she would say stuff back, a lot of it was funny. And I was starting to be like, okay, this is actually, we have a chance here because I got to be sexually attracted to you, but to have the same sort of, where I understand you and you understand me and all my things that are not normal for most people to not just accept it, but to be down with it. That's why I think it works, because I'm not saying I'm undateable. I'm just saying that I'm a certain type. Not everybody's cup of tea. And same with her, you know, she's into some weird stuff too.
Yeah.
But for me, I just don't, you know, I want to die with her. Have I seen other people that I think are awesome? Yeah, but I don't.
If it starts to get in the way of that relationship,
nothing is going to get in the way of.
But that's the point. You would drop anything else.
I have.
Yeah.
I've met people that I really liked, and I was like, if it's going to piss you off, then I will not speak to this person ever again.
And what is it that gets her pissed? Because she seems like
sharing too much shit.
Sharing too much intimacy or too much?
Yeah, saying too many nice things. Somebody texts a lot, and I'm like, I'm a nice guy. That's kind of how I ended up getting like butt fucking people. I didn't really want to, but everybody that was blowing me kept asking me, and I was like, man, I feel like I'm mean, just letting him blow me and never butt fuck him. You understand, right?
So mean,
right?
So right.
So in the end, I just like butt fuck somebody because I was like, man, this guy's been asking for so long.
And you still didn't like it.
It's the least I can do. It's so gay. I was like, you ever butt fucked a guy? It's pretty gay.
It's pretty gay.
Yeah.
Is there a gayer thing you can do than that?
Making out with a guy is gay.
Oh, that's more gay.
Fuck yeah. You look gay when you make out with your wife. Everybody looks, you're all gay. You don't think you're gay, but you're like that. That's gay as fuck. You look gay.
I hear you.
Yeah.
And
I just fuck dudes as well. Like a man, though.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of an interesting.
I don't close my eyes and be like, fucking like a man. You're getting fucked, bro. I don't say, bro. I'm gonna now, though.
Do you have a type?
Yeah. I like everybody. Like, I like trans guys a lot now. Obviously, I like trans girls.
Hold on a second. When you say trans guys,
Born a female and now a male.
Okay.
Like they do steroids, so they have like a big clit.
Uh-huh.
And some of them are bigger than others, and you give them mini blowjobs.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking about if like the show really doesn't pick up and I lose everything, that I got OnlyFans, but I was thinking I could do I just blow micro penises.
As opposed
because I think I could get so many, like just rack them up.
It's like playing a pan flute.
Yeah, like doing like this, ooh, and then make a big scene. You see that guy that blows micro penises, and then I can keep my car because I need to do burnouts.
Did you imagine this would be your career? Penis pan flutes?
I always wanted to be in porn. I love being filmed with my penis out.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And yet, even I'm thinking about some stuff you did at the Stern Show with your penis out, and even you get a little weirded out though. And like,
that was before I was never a guy that did that at parties, like pull my dick out guy. I was never that. That was the great Reverend Bob Levy, who pitched it to me to pitch to Stern. Otherwise, there's no way they were going to put me on that show. They didn't know who I was. I don't think Howard knew I was on the radio Sirius XM with him.
Yeah.
But they were like, oh, he'll put M&Ms in his foreskin. He's in, you know? So it was like 5 minutes in. I'm so nervous because this is the only dude that I ever cared about coming up. And it's like, holy shit, you're the best, man. And now my dick's out. I'm just standing there with my dick out. Like, okay, here we go.
That's my life.
But it was a power move. It worked.
Well, and then you kept coming back, and you were one of his favorites.
Because they kept wanting me to pull my dick out.
Well, and
my dick really is the one that should be talking right now.
And then you had a kind of an uncomfortable...
I should have made my dick do the stand-up last night because, God, I fucking sucked.
Why did you suck? I
got so nervous. Tony Hinchcliffe is doing stand-up. Shane Gillis I'm like, Shane Gillis?
You don't think those guys ever...
What the fuck am I doing here? Like, I don't want to...
These guys never sucked and never had a bad night? Come on.
Yeah,
it's part of the deal.
I know, but that would have... You know what? I would have been good if I had a good night. For that, they might have been like, hey, man, you want to do gigs? Yeah. But nah, not right now. Whatever. I seriously should have pulled my dick out.
Don't you think he would have been...
I should have put M&Ms in it, and everyone would have liked me.
Don't you think he'd be good on Kill Tony? It'd be crazy, right?
That what? If he was on Kill Tony?
Yes, he'd be great on Kill Tony. Yeah, I don't.
Well, I
don't think killing and stand up is.
I love that show.
Yeah, I don't think that's how he thinks about things.
I told him that last night. He has the best show. My wife and I actually listen to it every Monday.
Did he maybe say, let's do something?
Nope. I told you I sucked. It's fine. It's plenty of time. I'm very early, and that's what you get, you know? So
do you have a type?
Oh, yeah. I like big, muscly dudes, but that's for like, that's like flipping. I like to flip. Some people act like they can flip.
What's flipping?
It means you bone and you can get boned. A lot of people say that they're like a verse bottom, which means they can't get an erection and they just want to get pounded. There's like a power top and a power bottom, and then there's like true power bottom and top, like where you flip and you stay hard. It's not a very common thing. A lot of guys that bottom a lot start to disconnect their penis from the
experience.
Seems like that anyway.
And so have you noticed, is there any sort of pattern to that? Like, who are the people that do that, or what kind of guys? Is there something that you're going to clue into?
They're all different people.
Yeah, of course.
Like bottoms are not like tennis players or whatever. But I feel like once they get to a certain level of being a bottom, they switch and that's it. That's what they are. They don't want you to touch that.
And what do they just masturbate themselves? If they
a lot of them not at all. They just get older? Off on the anal, on the prostate.
Do they tend to be older? No. Well,
no.
A lot of your stand-up, when I saw it, also was on the fact that the prostate thing did become a thing for you, that you didn't at first get it.
Yeah, it's amazing.
And then
I can't believe you don't. I say it in my stand-up. You don't touch your prostate makes you gay.
Right. Yeah. I don't have a prostate. Not gay.
I know. So there's no point in getting butt fucked, dude. You're good.
No. Okay, good.
You missed out, which might be for the best.
It
might still feel kind of okay, but you'd have to really like the guy.
Yeah.
And it's not for you. Sorry. I don't know why I said that. I recommend it to everybody else though, because you can jizz with no hands. I don't know why anybody would be bummed out about that.
Right.
It's this weird thing where it's like, oh, it's gay. You're gay for not rubbing your prostate, you homo. You know, like no-handed loads and multiple orgasms. Drew, do you know that you can get multiple orgasms?
I've heard you talk about
from
it.
Anal, you can't jerk off to multiple.
Right. It's a different thing.
Who wants a multiple orgasm? If you said no right now, you're gay.
And I've heard you talk about this. And is did you know how we were just talking about me being boned, right? And I was like, that does not, yeah. Did you have that feeling too at one time in your life where it was like, I'm just thinking I'm not into it?
All of it.
Yeah.
I thought maybe it would just end with people could blow me. I never thought it would go further than that.
But
then when I started trying things, but when when my wife first started, she taught me how to get my butt open.
Yeah, you did say that.
And every time she did the next level of thing, when it started, it felt wrong.
Felt wrong?
Yeah.
When did it start feeling right?
When it started to feel good, when I let my ass open up and then it started hitting the button. And
was
I was
that
like,
her? Is that she doing that?
She got it first.
And so is the I'm trying to, I never really talked to you about the evolution of your sort of awakening about your sexuality. Where did it start? Where did that come? I mean, because it seemed like something you had to work at.
Well, I just denied it, dude.
But
I just denied it to myself.
No, what I'm getting at is, were you attracted to men, or was there something you were just refusing?
No. Like, I didn't say to myself, I hope nobody catches me looking at that guy, because I wasn't looking at that guy. It was very, like, a pretty girl comes by, I would do everything in my power not to look because I didn't want to get caught. But I definitely, my body, everything, my soul wanted to look at her ass when she walked by.
Yeah.
Guys don't do that to me.
Yeah.
So then that was one of those other things where I was like, you're not gay. Like, you're just, like, into sex with, like, different creatures.
Okay.
Makes more sense.
I remember back in those days. I remember when you were saying that.
And then the more, like, Katie, my wife was the one that, she accepted me from the get-go for potentially being bisexual. And that was the beginning of me talking about it to another person on this planet. You know, all the gay encounters I had before that, I never even talked to the people because it would be too gay.
Were you having sort of...
People would just give me an eye and then they'd start grabbing me in the club or whatever and start, like, come in the bathroom. I'm like, okay.
That was on the DL.
Yeah.
How long did that go on for?
I mean, ever since the first time it happened was probably when I was like 20 or 19 or something.
Oh, so it's been going on for a long time.
Yeah, but those were like one time it happened because I took a bunch of ecstasy. Everybody fell asleep. So I went to a gay bar.
Yeah.
And then that happened. Big guy that was dressed as a lady, but he was so big and he was fat too. He was not a good looking guy. But he was just at the bar like, I will blow you in the bathroom right now. And I did like 7 hits of ecstasy. And I was like, yeah. And then I woke up in the morning. I was like, you just are a drug addict and you'll let anybody blow them. Like, people suck dick for crack. What's so bad about that?
Wait, that's what you were telling me.
That's what I thought. That's what I was telling myself.
And that kind of was what was happening at one point. I mean, you were all over the place when you were using a lot.
Right. But then I got sober and I still had those urges. I just never got close to people. And then on the radio, some trans girls came on the show because they got pitched, and I said yes because I really want to hang out with them, but I've just hidden from them my whole life.
And do the trans folk that you're attracted to have to still have a penis, or does that matter? Or
only one time, my wife and I had a threesome with a lady that had the full vagina, and it wasn't that deep. I don't know.
But so you prefer still with dick?
No, not
necessarily.
They both are awesome. Yeah.
And
I guess if you got a dick in it, you can get it hard. Then I'd rather that because that's pretty useful.
Because of the hormones, does it make it difficult?
A lot of I don't want to. I'm not saying it's only my experience. Right. Yeah. A lot of trans girls don't really like you doing things to that area to make them feel like a man.
Oh,
so it's more of a you treat that area more like what you would a lady.
Right. And so where are we?
Some girls have big, fat, rock hard boners, and that's fucking awesome.
But you can't touch it.
Oh, those people usually let you touch it.
Okay.
They'll let you do way more than that.
Okay. Yeah. And you get all this shit for this talk.
Yeah, I also get a lot of support. I feel like that's the thing that we're getting to, where our people are negative and take it in a way where I feel like I've almost offended them by talking about it. But I posted about it, and even my mum texted me and said, I wish that you would stop talking about it. And I was
Thanks,
like,
Mom.
Yeah, I was like, wow, that is not what I wanted to hear. And she's like, I just care about the people, the way they treat you, I feel bad. I'm not sure you can handle it, which is also not like the ultimate compliment, but I'm used to it.
Where is it mostly coming from? And where does it get delivered to you? Is it through Twitter or is it Instagram?
Probably Instagram the most. Twitter's, I just block a lot of people, so now it's kind of gone. But it just seems like maybe 100 people that are just
God. The way you used to talk
keep
about
posting it. I don't know
those guys. The way you used to talk about it, I thought you were getting from all sides, and it really bothered me.
It does seem like that.
Yeah,
but I don't know if that's factual. I think maybe the bad ones exist more than the good ones.
Well,
but,
always.
I posted something about it, and I got so much support that I was like, "There you go again, Jason. You're taking note of the bad stuff. You're not taking in the positive." So I've really been trying to flip that around this year, and
I think that's good because I got to tell you,
I've been spiraling a little bit.
I was worried about humanity by the way you were describing what was coming at you. It really bothered me. It bothered me for you, but it also bothered me like I can't believe we live in a time when that lots of people do that.
Look, I felt bad. I feel like I still feel bad that people don't enjoy the show as much. I'm sorry if I let you down, but it's bigger than that now to me. I feel like I'm one of the only people that is like does manly stuff and likes women and talks about blowing guys. And if you're younger, that can be you can be ridiculed and bullied. And if I don't talk about it, it's because I'm trying to make everybody happy. I'm trying to keep the people that would bully these other people happy. And on behalf of all my people that think about killing themselves, I fucking do. You know? I don't want to be gay. I fucking hate it, man. But you're not going to stop me. You're not going to stop me. I'll suck your dick.
So
you hate me so much, I'll blow you.
So why do you hate it?
I'll knock you out, suck your dick on video, and then post it on my OnlyFans, and now you be gay.
Shit. If you're trying to improve your health, hydration is a great place to start. And Liquid IV is the hydration brand that fuels your well-being. If you saw me out in the desert and special forces, you found out that I got dehydrated. I wish I had Liquid IV. And of course, their hydration multiplier is the one product you are missing in your daily routine. Just one stick, you get 5 essential vitamins and 2 times faster hydration than water alone. Use it first thing in the morning before a workout and or when you're feeling run down or after a long night out, long flights. Listen, you need more than just water. You need fluid, and Liquid IV is a great way to deliver it. God, I wish I had it out in the desert. 1 stick of Liquid IV and 16 ounces of water hydrates you 2 times faster and more efficiently than water alone. 5 essential vitamins, B3, 5, 6, 12, and vitamin C, 3 times the electrolytes of traditional sports drinks, and is made with premium ingredients. Grab your Liquid IV in bulk nationwide at Costco, or you can get 20% off when you go to liquidiv.com and use that promo code Dr. Drew at checkout. That is 20% off anything you order when you shop Better Hydration today using promo code DRDREW, Dr. Drew at liquidiv.com. Why do you hate it?
Because it just makes things awkward. It makes, because I'm such a loudmouth. I always say whatever I think. That's part of the gift, I guess. But if I was always talking about moto and MMA, it would probably be more, I would fit in easier. It just doesn't make it, I'm always ruffling shit. And I don't want to.
You've always been that way.
I know, but I don't want. I know people. It's even on Sirius when there would be fights. Famous people would get angry. People were like, "Man, LL Cool J was the best." I hated that interview. I don't want to bum anybody out. I'm not trying to cause that thing that a lot of people really like on in the entertainment world.
Conflict.
Yeah, I don't like conflict at all. I know I fight, but I don't fight for the conflict at all. That's the one bit about fighting I hate. I just want to fight for the sport.
Yeah.
I want to see your hand hopefully miss my face and then punch you in the head in the most fun way possible.
Are you fighting more coming up?
No, Lewis pulled out. So I didn't want to fight anyway, so I'm free.
I mean, I worry about your head.
Yeah, well, so am I. That's why, but I was like, Lewis can't hit. He's not a very good fighter.
And what about some Ellismania? When's that coming up?
April 7th and 8th.
Tell people about it.
Yeah, Ellismania is comedy boxing. It's like sometimes we have like a guy dressed as a piñata and then 4 people try to beat up the piñata and then 3 pros protect him and beat up the guys trying to beat up the piñata.
It is so hard to describe what it is. I dragged my son, kicking and screaming. A half hour in, he looked at me and goes, "This is so entertaining."
Yeah.
And I thought, it is so much fun.
Yeah, it's pretty fun.
They'll put shock collars
Yeah,
around
I put blindfolds on 4 guys or girls, I don't care, and then electric dog collars, and then I give the remotes to the dog collars to people in the crowd, and then they electrocute these people while they're blind, and because you're blind and you think you're going to get punched in the face, you're already tense, and then somebody electrocutes your neck, and we put the prongs on the back of your neck so it goes down your spine and makes your legs give out.
They stiffen up and they fall down.
Yeah, and then they get up and they get punched in the face. It's really funny.
It sounds awful. It's hysterical. Look up dog collar. What do you call it? Dog collar fighting?
Yeah, electric dog collar fight.
And then you do a whole women's category too of fighting.
Yeah, we have the musical chair female championship of the world every year, and that's a bunch of chairs.
And some of these are real, like, less than amateurs who step it up. They look. It's amazing.
Some of the people have been fighting at Ellismanias for the past 15 years, and they've actually got like hands now.
They've
from
made a sport
fighting.
of it.
They've had like a little bit of a kind of a crappy pro fighting career. Like, I swear, there's a lot of guys at the Ellismania that have had like 10 fights.
Just remember that time I sat in your corner while you fought all those guys.
Man, you were the worst corner guy. I thought it'd be fun. To have a doctor in your corner.
True.
But that was a stupid ass idea.
You have to think it all the way through. A doctor in your corner who doesn't know shit about fighting.
He didn't know anything. At one point, because I told him, I was like, just rub my arms and put ice on the back of my neck. And he did that. But then at one point, I was so tired and I had my head down looking at the ground. And he put the ice on my back, and he's like, "Okay, this guy's going to be no problem. He's got a baseball cap on, so you can take a break with this guy."
And he's still wearing his jeans.
Yeah,
he's still wearing jeans. Not even putting shorts on.
And I look up, and it's Uriah Faber, fucking UFC Hall of Famer. And I was too tired to tell this dude, "You're a fucking idiot. That's Uriah Faber, you fucking stupid doctor."
Oh, that was our bottom, Jason and I.
Yeah.
But he still did great.
I did, right? I gave him a tussle.
Forget him. You'd already had
Forrest Griffin.
No,
Keith Jardine.
Keith Jardine was in there with you.
Yeah, I fought a bunch of people.
Catherwood got in there.
Yeah, I think punched him in the face.
Yep.
He's a good guy. I like punching him in the head. Good looking dude too. I think that's another thing that makes me want to punch him in the head. 'Cause he's got hair too.
He's got too much.
You fucking handsome piece of shit.
Hasn't lost a hair his entire life. There he is. His teeth he never brushed. Doesn't have a cavity anywhere. Crack and chew tobacco.
Yeah, boo this man, everybody. Boo this handsome man with a head full of hair. Fuck you.
All right.
Hate that guy.
Let's do it. If he were only gay, though, you'd like him.
Nah, I don't want to suck off my friends.
Yeah,
even girls. If I'm like real good friends with a girl, I don't want to see your vagina. It's like,
but you said you were getting friendly with some of your partners too, so it's going the other way. They're becoming friends.
Yeah. People I hook
go
up
that
with
way,
now.
but you can't go this way.
Yep.
Got it. All right, here we go. 27-year-old female from Alabama just reaching out about saving sex toys. Are they doomed for the trash? Went to my gynecologist. Thought I had an STD from the color and smell, but turned out to be bacterial vaginosis. So it's from her thing. Gone through a full round of antibiotics. If it was an STI, would I need to get rid of my toys? But BV, is it necessary? So the question, so it's just bacteria that she's introducing into the vagina. It's actually a significant thing.
You wash it with HIPAA cleanse.
Go ahead. That's correct. An antibacterial cleanse might help it.
Thank you.
Yeah. So HIPAA cleanse might do it. Do you soak yours in HIPAA cleanse, or you just wash them?
Because I wash my butt out with a hose from the shower, like there's the proper butt washer, and then to make sure there's nothing in there, I got like a dildo that I just ram up there a bunch of times to make sure it's all clear. And then every time I finish with the dildo, what are you guys fucking laughing at?
This is hygiene.
Never talk about a grown ass man fucking himself with a rubber toy. Grow up. These guys.
Did he
fucking
talk?
Children in the green room.
Did he talk about this shit on YMH? Did we get into all this there too?
No, I was with Tony. I didn't say shit.
Why didn't they?
Let's face it. You wanted to interview Tony. it just came. It came with the Jason Ellis side piece.
No, we wanted both of you, man.
I know. Look.
Did
I
you
know,
know-
but let's be serious.
Tony Hawk, we're talking about.
Tom Segura, Christina Pazitsky, Tony Hawk.
Yeah.
Who the fuck is this guy? Oh, he was unserious. Fuck off.
So
I know, but one day I'm going to be very funny, and then I'm going to be back, and then I'm going to say, maybe I don't want you on my show.
Did you guys know all this was in here? Did you know this was?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
all right,
I've liked
good.
everything I've seen from Jason.
All right, good. All right, excellent. So I want to see they do know.
Yeah. So anyway, you wash butt out after I wash the butt out.
Like a bottle
I got
brush?
a double-ended black one. I don't care what color it is, but that's what color it is.
Yeah.
I don't discriminate. But then afterwards, I HIPAA cleanse the shit out of it.
Out of the dildo.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can soak it and that kind of thing. But if it recurs from the HIPAA cleanse device, then you got to get rid of it. 24-year-old female, married, started to think about having a family. Question about eggs. Used to be a heavy marijuana addict. I no longer smoke, but my mom told me I've destroyed my eggs. No, not necessarily.
Idiot.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Idiot for the mom to say that?
Yeah.
Yeah. My cousin had a child who suffers from seizures. I had left her with brain damage. She cannot walk or talk. Ooh, jeez. Well, my mom is convinced that because both parents smoked cannabis and drank alcohol, can smoking weed before pregnancy cause damage to your eggs? No.
Drinking can.
It can affect your fertility. Again, be before you get pregnant. We're talking about.
Yeah.
It can affect your fertility, but doesn't. It's hard. It's hard to damage eggs. It's hard to do that. Sperm. There is worry about sperm and cannabis for men, but it's weak data. It's not very strong.
I made 2 children with my pot marijuana jizz.
Yeah, they're very healthy. How are your kids?
Awesome. Got a job. My daughter's got a job. She's got a raise. She's got a car. She's going to school for another career. Got a game plan.
What's she gonna
so
get into?
proud. It's gonna be like she's a nurse, but then to work at the place where you inject rich people with Botox.
So she's
then open her own shop.
She's gonna become a med spa nurse.
Yeah,
kind of thing.
yeah.
She is smart. You could see that when she was little, right?
Yeah, she doesn't. She got her mom's brain, so she's in the clear. Yeah.
And funny as fuck too. I always thought
she's a bit of a smart ass. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Gay. I've noticed a trend. I find a bit of blood and irritation every time I use toys. I love riding cock. Sometimes it's just a one-time thing. Doesn't happen the rest of the adventure. Maybe it becomes painful if I continue. I've taken breaks for up to a month. Still, the same thing happens. There's some sort of tear that takes a while to heal. Is he talking about his penis or his?
No, it's inside your
his
butt. It
asshole?
happens
Yeah.
to me all the time.
You
Get
bleeding?
over it.
You get bleeding?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
if you're not bleeding, you're not having a good time.
well, I'm not sure I can sign off on that.
I was just trying to sound tough. That's not.
But that did sound tough.
Sometimes not all the time, but sometimes I'll get like seriously jackhammered, and then the next day is a little bit of blood. So maybe you don't get jackhammered the next day. And then
Are you having homosexual sex every day?
That sounded harsh.
It sounded gay.
Yeah, that sounded too gay for me to even want to answer. But no.
So the
A
problem.
couple times a week, probably.
Yeah. So the problem.
It's only one guy too.
Oh no shit.
Yeah.
How do you not fall in love with him?
Because I'm not gay. The fuck? I don't want to live with a dude. I would live with you maybe, but I reckon you'd piss me off eventually.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We'd piece each other up. But,
Yeah, I don't want to. I love my wife. I live with Katie, and I could barely want to live with her.
Yeah.
And that's the last person on the planet. The kids, Katie, everyone else can fuck off. I don't want to live with you. I don't even want to go to dinner with you.
So do you do you compartmentalize when you're having sex with a man? I mean, because there's
What does
feelings.
that word mean?
Do you dissociate yourself from your feelings in some way?
Nah, I love him. Yeah, I know it's gay.
No, it's not. I'm just
Yeah,
trying
I
to
love the
figure.
guy.
Yeah, I would think you would. I would think.
Yeah.
And
And it works better because we both know that we have feelings for each other, so the sex is really good,
Yeah.
extra good.
And does that worry Katie?
No, because she loves him as well. Sometimes they've played a few times as well. So hard. So I'm saying, I'm on fire. You know,
It's does it?
I don't high five, so I don't do like the Eiffel Tower thing, but it's happening.
So you're both with her at the same time?
Yeah.
That's happening. Is that?
Or sometimes she's like, I'm tired. Why don't you guys
Do your thing.
go hang out in the pool and, burn each other.
That's got to be convenient for.
It's the greatest thing ever. I'm having such a great time with my life. It's great. You don't believe me, do you?
Not when you say it like that.
I'm just stressed, man. I'm not giving up, but I'm definitely taking shots. And I feel it. But I'm nowhere near giving up or anything. I figured this was coming, when Sirius dropped me, I was like, this ain't gonna happen overnight. Like you're gonna go down, you're gonna think it's all over, and you keep going at it just like everything else I've done in my life, and it'll turn around.
That is really the solution, right?
But it's been a bit of a fight, I lost my friend I went to a funeral yesterday. It's not, I'm probably still in a bit of shock from that. Like that guy was somebody that meant so much to me, helped me with my life. Is really important person in my life, and talking about it out there, and thinking about death. I think my heart, it's fine, but it's been on my mind again because he died and he was not supposed to die. And why am I here?
Have you had some heart problems?
I mean, it jumps around every day.
Is that
I have
something
like
new?
a thing. No. But I take
forever.
a pill to stop it from growing because if it gets any bigger, I'll have to have a heart replacement.
What?
You didn't know about that? Yeah, dude.
So is that from blood pressure or from what?
I don't know. It might have been from HGH, and they said it was hereditary, but they seem to, whatever the pill that I take right now, propranolol or some stuff.
Androl, beta.
I don't know. But he said that my heart's not growing anymore and it's gone down. And
You got to get me a copy.
Maybe you don't need a heart replacement, but yeah,
No, dude.
I figured I'd be dead in like 8 years. I still figure that's like.
No, you need to give me a copy of your cardiologist's last notes or something, just so I can interpret this for you.
Okay.
Because you're not this. It sounds like you have ventricular extrasystoles, which are normal. They bother you, so you're taking a medication for them. If they happen like all the time, they're associated with some muscle dysfunction. So that's why the cardiologist will sometimes try to suppress them. As far as the growing of your heart, it sounds like you mean it's thickening. And that's a blood pressure issue, and that can get better with controlling your blood pressure, right?
And I think they've done that.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
and that's nothing to do with getting a new heart. That's like routine cardiology we're talking about here.
Yeah.
You got to get me the notes so I can understand it for you.
Look, I don't. If the doctor says there's absolutely nothing, I
If
don't
you
want
had
that.
if you actually have a cardiomyopathy, I don't want you in the ring necessarily. You're fighting Uriah Faber.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I would like to know what the fuck's
Well, I
going
asked
on.
them if I could fight, and they said I could.
Yeah, see, so it's something mild. Something
Yeah.
you're making it worse.
They said,
or they've said a few things that
I
freak you out.
guess he said, I guess if that's what you want to do.
Yeah, just
it
because
wasn't
generally it's hard for a doctor to say
Yeah.
go in there. It's
Yeah.
just, whew, dude,
What?
there's a lot going on right now.
Yeah, but I'm here right now.
You're here. I love you.
I got
It's
my
great.
day.
It's great that you got your.
I'm not
what?
dead yet.
You got your what?
I got my day, like my whole day.
I got your day. They said I got my
say
gay.
I got my gay. I do got my gay. I got my gay waiting back at the house, and I got my wife. I got my cats and my dogs.
You know,
My kids are good. I'm good.
you are good, but it reminds me of something I like telling people. Then I will just offer the same advice to you: is that the simpler life is often the healthier life. The simpler you can lead a life.
Yeah, but I'm living lives for other people, man. I got to make my brother proud. Like, I'm here to take over.
Tell people what that's all about.
Just my brother passed away when he was 24, like an accident or whatever, and he always wanted to come to America and all that stuff and be a pro snowboarder and live the life.
But did he? I didn't know he wanted to be a snowboarder.
Yeah, he actually came over here once to snowboard for Australia for like the juniors or whatever.
And where were you guys? What city were you guys in?
Melbourne.
Melbourne, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I've just always had a fire lit under my ass for that, and skateboarding didn't go the way I thought it could have been the best, and I kind of drank too much and lost a bit of that, and then I got another crack at it with the radio, and then the radio showed me that some of the things I've talked about has helped people's lives, and I just never thought that would be on my list of accomplishments, and then I think I got a little addicted to that, and then now that it's, the LGBTQ community thing that I'm a part of is not popular. It almost makes me want to do it more because it's like, well, you're just trying to do stuff to make people like you. Like, I'm not trying to do, that sounds cool, but I want to help people that I feel like are being neglected.
I don't feel like we live in a time when LGBTQ is not popular.
Dude, if you're straight and gay, it's not accepted.
Straight and gay.
You can fucking hit me up, gay guys, if you want, but that's just the way it is.
You mean gay?
Straight people don't accept you you're putting them off. I'm not saying everybody. I'm just saying a lot of guys. A lot of guys that are into MMA. A lot of guys into moto. A lot of guys into motorsports.
Stuff you're into.
Yeah.
Get put off by this.
I fucked up, Drew. I should have been like into
musical
ballet.
comedy.
I would have had so many more people just being like, hell yeah, Jason.
Let me take you some shows. We'll see.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm going to take you. I'm the other kind of gay. I'm the straight gay.
You are.
You're the gay straight.
Yeah. Seriously, you're way gayer than me. Like, if anybody looked at us like, hey, do you know one of these guys is gay? It's him. It is him for sure. Look at me. Touch me with a dick, I'll bite it off. You straight up your non-prostated ass.
My name is Dustin. I'm 29 years old, male. I have a question about white. Why is it when I shoot ropes, it takes time?
Dude, shoot ropes, really?
I know. I don't.
Let's grow up, guys.
Yeah, thank you.
Chicks don't dig when you shoot ropes.
Jason's
just
telling
so
you
know.
that. Yeah.
I'm about to shoot a rope. That's not. Don't do it.
I think he's trying to be funny, but it just comes off as gross. Some people are able to go more than once in a short period of time. What dictates this? Piss on me, beat me, etc. So yeah. Now Jason talks about, you have to go watch his stand-up. He talks about multiple orgasm without producing any fluid, right?
Yeah. And then the last one was mad jizz.
Yeah, mad jizz. That's your. It'd be the name of your boat when you finally get it.
I'm okay with that.
Mad jizz.
Think about bringing out a t-shirt.
So the fluid, I've lectured this group a million times. So when you're stimulated, and even when you're not, your prostate is producing fluid. It stores in the seminal vesicles. It mixes with the sperm, which comes out of your testes. Not the fluid comes out of your testes. Only the little tiny sperm cells, which mixes with the fluid in the seminal vesicles. And when it comes time to ejaculate, those vesicles empty. They're just constrict and they empty. And there's some extra fluid produced by the prostate also. And then it takes time for the prostate. I would say it operates at about the same rate as maybe your salivary glands if you're hungry.
Oh yeah,
I'll
go with that.
They produce fluid a bit from your mouth. Your prostate does the same thing, but it gets collected in the vesicles. Not the same kind of fluid, but maybe the same rate of production of fluid.
The most I usually can do is four orgasms, 4 jizzes, yeah,
four releases.
4 releases in a day.
It's pretty good.
No, it's hard.
Yeah,
but I can tell by the third one it's way less.
The fluid.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And your body just doesn't want to do that much usually. I mean, right, younger it can be more, but
if you fluff yourself before you pop again, I feel like that stores more jizz.
Correct. So when you're stimulating yourself, more fluid, your prostate is stimulated to produce more.
We know. Yeah. It's the gay doctors, everybody.
Let's hear another voice message. Have we done any voice messages yet? I forget. I've been so into this conversation.
Hey, Hitler. This is Tyler from California. For the last probably 6 or 7 years, I've been drinking every single night. Probably, on average, 6 24-ounce cans of, you name it, light beer. I've been doing that consistently every single night. So I quit cold turkey October 1st. And after stopping alcohol, my sex drive has gone away. I really have no interest in sex or anything. And my orgasms have been, pretty lame. So I don't know if this is some dopamine thing or what the heck's going on. I figured as soon as I cut out alcohol, I'd be healthier. I'm assuming I am. But now I have no sex drive. So if you could help me out with that, I'd greatly appreciate it. Thanks.
Yeah. I've seen stuff like that.
Really?
Yeah. And I'm not always exactly sure how that biology works, but I've seen people, it's almost like with the alcohol has the whole, for alcoholics, it actually has a stimulant effect. And the stimulant is sort of charging up the entire system, including libido. And I guess when you would think, anything that alcohol does in one direction, when you come off, you kind of go the other direction.
Yeah.
Right? And so it kind of suppresses your anxiety. And guess what? When you come off, you have more anxiety.
Okay.
It's the same kind of thing. And libido will come back. The problem is that, you know, when you stop drinking and you're not doing anything to help yourself, like a program or therapy or something, then you start getting into anxiety and depression and things typically down the line, and that affects your libido too. So
You
do
should
something
definitely
about
work
it.
out.
And work out for sure. And I always wondered if there's something about the liver and the way it recovers and produces proteins and things. It's very odd the way some people recover, their liver recovers. But assume it's going to get better. Do work out, watch your nutrition, and you should do something active like program or something.
Yeah.
What else you got?
Hey, Dr. Mommy. I just had a question about breastfeeding. So I am breastfeeding my 2-month-old right now, and I'm noticing I'm a little bit turned on by the stimulation of my nipple. Definitely not turned on by my baby, but the stimulation.
Mm-hmm.
So my question is, do we get turned on by nipple stimulation because it reminds us of breastfeeding and our primal instincts are like, yes, give me a baby?
Ew.
And also, is it weird that the stimulation turns me on?
Yes.
Okay, thanks.
No.
Time you beat me.
It's not weird.
No, it happens. Yeah, it is why women like to have their breasts and nipples played with like that. And think of it this way: it's not even so much that it is sexually arousing; it helps with the connection. So it helps with the connection with the baby, and it also helps with the connection with a sexual partner. You all right with that?
It's just weird for me.
It's weird that the mammalian system is all hooked into it, and one's a baby, one's an adult.
Does that mean her husband should suck her titties a
Well,
lot?
I think she was saying...
Suck her breasts?
He was already saying... You worried about getting us canceled?
I don't know.
So I think she was saying it already does turn her on, and this is turning her on in a similar way, and she's putting the two together and saying, is there something going on here? And the answer is yes.
Have you had breast milk?
No.
Yeah, I have.
How was it?
It tastes like metal.
Metal?
Yeah, like a period.
Most people...
Have you ever eaten a period?
Come
on, you have.
Yeah, sort of in that...
Let's go.
Yeah, so... And so it's...
It's the gay Dr. Vampires in the house.
It is that... Oh, man. Just fucking with my train of thought here. Most people describe it as super sweet.
I found it to be pretty metally and not fun at all.
I wonder if you got the first part of it is a little more...
I definitely got the
dank like
first
that.
part because it was
Yeah.
one of the she didn't have the breast milking thing at the
Yeah.
Supercross, so I had to go
The
motocross stuff.
This is your ex-wife?
yeah, baby mama.
Yeah.
And I had to suck direct from the titty and spit into the trash, but
Somebody had to do it.
Yeah,
And-
she was in pain, so.
Oh, yeah. And so, how's she doing? Is she good? Her life's good?
Yep, we're all good. Yeah,
Is she
we're
remarried
very
or
nice.
anything, or she-
Yep. Everybody's great. She married a really rich guy, so she's stoked. Yeah,
Good for your kids.
she doesn't need any.
Right?
She doesn't want anything from me, so that's cool.
Does he help your kids?
Yep, he's a good person.
Good.
Yeah,
Good.
everything is. Yep.
That's something to be thankful for, man.
Yeah, I was a load off.
I don't mean like that.
No, I meant not her load off me. I meant
No,
knowing that they're in a good spot because I
Not worrying about her.
I always trusted her though. Like we got a divorce, but she's a very smart person. She's a good mother. She's a good person.
No, and
I always
you-
knew that.
to the
I
extent
just
that
don't
you-
want to live with her.
At the extent that you could, and I'm using that in the best sense, you did love her.
I still do.
Yeah. And at the time, it was not what you thought it was, you know? I remember going through that with you. Right?
And she just, she was in love with me when she was really young, and then she kind of grew up and was like, "What the hell?
What have I got myself into?
Yeah, fair enough.
Well, and you didn't know what was going on.
I didn't
then,
know what I
too.
was either.
Yeah,
I was
right.
a late bloomer.
Yeah. Let's watch a couple of videos. Your dealer's choice out there. What do you got?
Oh, I got a fun one for you guys.
Boy, that's never good when he says that.
Let's go. So, how many sexual partners did I have in the 2022 season? I had 55 in total. Of those, 54 were new to me, which is an average of 1.05 partners a week, which I am pretty proud of, I can't lie. So I'm now up to a total current partner number of 91. Only 12 of them I shagged more than once, and 38 of them were met through swingers clubs.
What kind of clubs?
Swingers.
Oh, swingers club. So what do you reckon's going on with this young
And there's a
lady?
little bit more to this too. So
Okay, keep going. Keep going.
The gender split, it's done into men and women because as far as I know, I didn't shag anybody non-binary. So in total, we had 33 men, 10 of which had big dicks, which I'm counting as 7 inches or bigger. 2 of those were DILFs. Women, 21 women, which I feel is pretty good, giving lots of bisexual energy. 2 of those were MILFs. Of those 21 women, 5 of them at least, I was there confirmed first time with another girl, with 2 more were either potentially their first time or very early on into their, shagging women journey.
Wow.
Injuries I received.
Injuries?
A dual nipple piercing infection, a ripped nipple piercing, which actually I received as a result of getting out of the shower, but it
doesn't count.
My sex life, so we're counting it there, so I don't have to take responsibility for it.
All right.
A cut urethra from someone's fingernails, and a bruised nose from where someone was sat on my face at a bit of an angle, and it bruised all. But you know what? Hashtag no regrets. I'd rather have someone sat on my face.
Oh man, she's a keeper.
Party.
My favourite shags of the year.
What the?
Was my first greedy girl gangbang. I think, shagging 14 people in one night was pretty impressive of me, and I'm very proud of myself for it. The spontaneous threesome I had near my birthday. Again, it was just really horny, and I loved it, and it was wonderful.
Man, what a hoe.
And then the first time I shagged in a gay club toilet was also
I've done
very
that.
unexpected. And the
Who
was
hasn't?
fine, and it was hot.
But do you think she did with a gay man? Or is she talking about doing something with a gay female?
Probably a lesbian.
So like with a dildo or something?
They hang out in there as well.
But how do you manage the bathroom sex? Is it with a...
We're talking about that's in the gay clubs. It's on.
No,
in
with
there.
the women, they have to have some sort of device or strap on or something? Or...
What? No, you finger blast each other, bro.
Okay.
You don't know how to finger blast, do you?
No,
Do you know about the Scoopy thing that makes them squirt?
I know, but not everyone's into it. You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah,
that's fine.
Okay, fair enough.
But, all right. So what do we make of this young lady? What do we think's going on there?
I mean, I worry about her for sure.
That's what I would say. That'd be my reaction.
Kind of like you worry about me,
Kind
Drew.
of like the same. Kind of some of the same stuff.
I'm starting to see. Did you play that on purpose? Am I supposed to be like,
you know what?
Stop being me?
That's been on my board for 3 shows, and I didn't know what it was.
It's been waiting for me.
This
This
is
is what
God's telling you something.
Man.
So,
Yeah.
I wonder what she's.
Very meticulous.
But what do you think
that?
she's doing? What does she think she's doing?
She.
You know what I mean?
I mean, she's a swinger. So
Yeah.
when she said swinger club, that means that usually swinger clubs are, unless it's a celebrity one, everyone's not hot. So.
Is there a celebrity swinger group?
Yeah.
You been to that?
Nah.
No. Sounds like folklore. It sounds like it doesn't really exist.
I heard some people talk about it that I know personally that went to one. I'm not going to say anybody because they were definitely trying to hide it.
Okay.
But yeah, the ones I would go, my wife and I would go to this one just out of Palm Springs, and it's mainly people that were kind of as old as us, but they didn't stay in shape like us. They're not all Hollywood like we are, where we're like going to the gym and like looking in the mirror and shit.
Yeah.
So there's like a lot of like old balls and stuff like that.
A lot of effects of gravity.
Long boobs. But we would always find a couple because we were way hotter than everybody there, which was entertaining in itself. Like I'm packing too, so I'd take my pants off. A bunch of old ladies all drooling. I'm like, hell yeah, I'm a bone old lady, Katie. She's like, really? I'm like, yeah. Like, why not? That chick looked like she wanted. And at one point I was in the pool and I was playing around and all these ladies were fluffing me. And then this other old lady with the margarita, she just jumped on me in the pool and straddled me and put it in. And I looked over at Katie and I was like, this old lady is fucking me right now. And she was like, no. I'm like, yeah. She's like, how is she doing that? I'm like, I don't know. It just ate my penis. And it's happening. And I'm like, what do I say? And she was so wasted and partying so hard that I felt like she didn't hear the conversation that I was having with my wife while she was bobbing up and down on my penis.
How old was she?
Like 65 at least. But she was like a San Diego in the sun margarita cigarette 65. So
Yeah.
she was looking rough.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah. It was like fucking a leather bag. But one time we met Bill Gates
What?
Look-alike, yeah.
Oh.
Like a dude look exactly like Bill Gates and his wife. And this swinger thing is everyone's got Budweisers or margaritas, fucking mashup music. It's so painful. And these two show up with one look like Bill Gates and the lady look like Bill Gates, but a female. Like they looked exactly the same. And they had Starbucks. And Katie and I were, we're covered in tattoos. We look rougher than everybody else there. And I go, Katie, look at the nerdy guy. And she goes, yeah, he looked exactly like that. I'm not even joking. Turns out he's a scientist and he does stuff with lasers and shit. So he was talking about lasers and Katie likes lasers. So she was all entertained by his laser talk enough to have sex with both of them. Because he was not hot and he had a little dick too. So we go into this room together and I'm boning this Bill Gates lady. And I can tell because he's not packing. She is pumped on my pump action. So I'm giving it to her and I look over and Bill Gates is fucking my wife. And she looks over at me and I know this face. It's like this. I know it's like a thing we'll laugh about when those people leave. But there's a face that Katie has when people are not doing great at sex. Like I've walked in once in the shower and a girl was between her legs and Katie was like... And I'm like, oh, that means that I need to get in here and start doing something because she's not having a good time. But yeah, they had like a relationship where they would email each other about lasers, and then Bill Gates's wife would come over and I would bone her in the pool for a couple of hours and then send her on her laser way. Everybody was happy.
Wow. Hey, good times. So
we should go.
No, thanks.
We'd be so hot there. All right.
Is
worth a shot.
there other... how about the non-binary girl? What's going on there?
I like those.
Yeah, maybe Jay's going to enlighten me a little more.
I've got non-binary friends.
As a non-binary person who presents woman, my relationship with the word girl is very complicated. With some people, if they call me girl as like a colloquial term, it's fine. Like I'm with my girl or hey girl, what's up? But for me, I'm only comfortable using that word for me, and this is my perspective, if they understand and respect the full extent of my gender identity.
Yeah.
I personally identify as both a woman and non-binary. I have a video on it, check it out. So if someone I know knows that about me and also respects that about me, goes, hey girl, I'm okay with them saying hey girl because they're not saying, hey, you're a girl. But if someone who doesn't know that I'm non-binary or doesn't know the full extent of my gender identity calls me girl, hey girl, I don't like it. Because I don't know them well enough to know if they're saying, hey friend, hey, what's up? Or hey, you are a girl, hi woman, because I don't know them and I don't know if they get it. I'm the same way with my pronouns. If it's someone that I know knows that I'm non-binary and they use she and they, but like lean more towards she, it's fine. I'd rather it be interchanged, but it doesn't hurt me. But if it's someone I don't know, for example, in a professional setting, and they're calling me she and have not asked my pronouns, it's they, she. It's they, she in that order. Please use they.
All right. Oh my God, you've got an engine, lady.
Yeah.
This is the thing that makes it difficult.
Yeah.
And I'm the best person to explain this because straight me is like, shut up. Like, you're making it so confusing. You guys are full of shit. But
gay you.
The other me that has friends in the community. I know people that are get really hurt when you do it wrong. You know, I've done it wrong, but they knew that I was new and didn't mean it, so it wasn't offensive.
But why?
When people don't know the person and they jump in and say the wrong pronoun, you can't blame them. It's like, as a guy that's trying to understand the community, I still get it wrong. And I sympathize with her, but I also feel like normal dudes that listen to Joe Rogan that just heard that video, if they were to do so, that did not help us.
Right.
And I wish that it's just as simple as that person that was born a lady wants you to refer to them as them, they, and if you don't know them at all, then you probably don't have to worry about it.
No, that's the group she was worrying the most about. That's what bothers me. People that literally don't know her, she's making an issue.
It's like not fair.
They don't know you.
We're not ready. We're not. A lot of people don't understand.
I mean, people make all kinds of assumptions about you, I'm sure.
They're probably right.
No, they're not, and certainly don't know the spectrum of who you are. And so what? Fuck them. I mean, you people that you want to know you in your totality, the people that are close to you.
Yeah, no, it's when libtards go bad. You know, it makes us all look bad because I just want equal rights for everybody. You know, I
Yeah,
want.
of course. I think that's what everybody
If you get
wants.
pulled over, no matter what color you are, you should
Of
get treated the
course.
same and stuff like that. And I want somebody that I believe is born. Like I know people that are born a man and then now they're a lady because they were always a lady inside. I could see it. I know them. They're my girlfriends. They're not a guy. They're just not. And then there's other ones that kind of are. Everybody's a little bit different. There's millions of people out there that let dudes blow them. They don't want to admit it because you're bros and you know that's good for you. But I know a lot of my trans girlfriends have blown you. So stop saying you're not gay. But it's all just being kind to your fellow human being.
That's it.
Are they being bitchy? Was she being bitchy and going over the top? Yeah. But like if you meet her, you're friends with her, your brother's friends with her or some shit, and you got to talk to her. Okay, what is it? You've got a pronoun?
Yeah.
Oh, so say they? That's interesting. I will do that. Thank you for telling me.
And I may make mistakes once in a while when I'm asking you to come
That's
over here. And
all you've got to do. And if somebody attacks you because you make a mistake, you did not. You need to be like I've always been respectful because I've done it, and people are like, "That's not how you say that." And I was like, "I didn't know that. I'm sorry I said that. I definitely didn't do it to attack
somebody.
you."
Yeah. Well, it did hurt me. Well, I
there's a certain amount where you go, "Well, then that's your problem." You know, like I'm not. I know in my heart that I'm not attacking you for what you are, and if you want to be vicious, you go ahead and live that life. I'm going to go over here.
Right. In the meantime, I'll try to get it right.
That's all you got to do. Just try and get it right.
Yeah.
You know, they're trying to understand themselves at the same time. So you making fun of them for trying to understand themselves, you're not helping. You know, and I get it. This society these days, you're on Instagram. It's fun to talk shit on everybody. But, you know, they're your mums and your sisters and your brothers. You know, we're all fucking people. Idiot. You know, you don't know them, but they came out of a vagina just like you did. They cried. They're scared. Everybody's the same. Don't be such a dick. You know, what is this thing? Just it's cool to be a dick. Oh, you're a bitch. You're a bitch. Everybody's a bitch. Everybody's scared. Mike Tyson's scared. He said it. He's scared of fighting. He's the scariest man in the world. And he was scared. We're all scared. You attack people because you're scared. Let it go. You know, go to the gym. Go eat a sandwich and eat your wife's box. Like, calm down.
I heard somebody the other day, I think it was a famous comedian or something, I wish I could remember who it was, talk about how anxious they are. They're always anxious all the time. Yeah. And I was like, wow, wouldn't expect that from that person. But you're right. We're all just the same.
Yeah. Everybody goes
different
through
versions of the same thing.
It's just giving up. The difference is some people give up. Some people don't like that feeling and they run away from it. But if you ask anybody that's successful, it's the people that stand up to it. It's the people that face it, look it right in the eye and deal with it.
And keep moving every day.
Rocky Balboa. He was great, wasn't he? What did he say?
You seen Tulsa King?
Is he what?
Stallone is in a new TV series called Tulsa King. It's pretty fun.
He looks like he needs, I got a sore neck from getting knocked out the other day skating.
Yeah.
His neck looks like frozen. Like when he looks at stuff, he's
got
like,
a little,
I'm sure
steroids and weightlifting his whole life.
He can't do that at all.
Yeah. My shoulders are all fucked up from with him.
I reckon he injects his penis to get it hard.
I mean, a lot of people do that. It's
I
not
got
that
some
uncommon.
friends that do that.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's not that uncommon. But why would you say that about him particularly?
Because I reckon he beat his meat like a lot, and I reckon he like overdid it with the boner pills.
Well, I tell you, not the boner pills, but the steroids can kind of shut when you come off. You can shut down the other side.
Right,
gets a little problematic. We don't know it. We don't know him. He does a wonderful job on this.
I reckon
series.
he gives it to you hard, but he injected his dick before he did it.
Everybody loves the guy that
he is great.
With and stuff.
Wait, did I sound like I was trashing him?
A little bit.
Oh,
yeah.
He's awesome.
Yeah.
His neck doesn't move, and he probably injects his penis to get it erect.
Well, let's leave it there before we defend anybody else.
I take boner pills sometimes.
It's good. It's part of being older.
I'm giving it to you, man. What the fuck?
Which one do you take? The blue one or the yellow one?
Blue Chews. Yeah. But I also have a doctor's prescription for Ellis, and they're great. You should never know with me, Drew. somebody's going to need me to bone them at any minute.
Yeah.
And you got to have that
You got to
ready.
help out. You got to be ready like a fireman or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, everybody. Jason Ellis Show.
Hawk versus Wolf. Myself and Tony Hawk have a podcast, Hawk versus Wolf, at patreon.com/Hawk versus Wolf. We do shows.
Is there a website people go to for all your stuff?
Yeah, probably a link tree or whatever.
JasonEllis.com?
Yeah, if you go to my Instagram, thejasonellis.com, I wouldn't go there. I would go to my Instagram, @Wolfmate.
@Wolfmate.
Yeah, that's got everything that you would need to do.
Instagram, @Wolfmate.
Yeah. Thanks for having me, Drew. I love you, dude.
Love you too. All right.
Yay, Texas.
See you all next time.
All conversations and information exchanged during participation in the Dr. Drew After Dark podcast or interaction on the drdrew.com website is intended for educational and entertainment purposes only. Do not confuse this with treatment or physician medical advice or direction per se. You must always follow your medical professional's advice and direction. Nothing on these podcasts or posted on this site supplements or supersedes the relationship and direction of your medical caretakers. Please understand, I am not playing the role of physician in this environment per se. I'm educating. I am a licensed physician with specialty boards in American Board of Internal Medicine and American Board of Addiction Medicine.